Ladies and gentlemen, I was just scrolling on Facebook before I started this episode, and I just stumbled upon something that's too good to be true. I'm officially, this is it. I'm starting it. Welcome to episode 80. Play the intro. Hurry up. They need to know this. This is the What Are We Doing podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, Steak-umm's right here. Want free Steak-umm's for a year. Tap now to enter for our National Cheesesteak Month sweepstakes for a chance to win frozen beef or $5,000. And they've got merch. They've got a shirt. They've got a Steak-umm's blanket. I almost bought the Steak-umm's blanket when it came out. Welcome to episode 80. I'm signing up for the National Cheesesteak Month sweepstakes at Steak-umm's. I want you look, cheesesteaks are delicious. We need way more than just one day to celebrate them. That's why we're turning National Cheesesteak Day, March 24th, into National Cheesesteak Month with a ton of beefy giveaways, including Steak-umm's t-shirts, Steak-umm's beef sheets for your bed. How disgusting. First of all, hey, by the way, how disgusting. Beef sheets. I need Steak-umm's beef sheets for my purple mattress. There's nothing better than a pair of fresh beef sheets to lay on when you go to sleep at night on your purple mattress. Or you could win a year's worth of Steak-umm's and a grand prize of $5,000. Listen, get your priorities straight. Hey, listen, $5,000? $5,000? I just got off the phone with Paul. We're making $5,000 this week. I don't need $5,000. What I do need is a year's worth of Steak-umm's. What I do need is a set of Steak-umm beef sheets for my bed. What I do need is a Steak-umm's t-shirt in my life to wear on this podcast. I don't need $5,000. I mean, yeah, $5,000 be nice. I'm not complaining about $5,000. To enter for a shot at winning one of these amazing prizes, it says amazing, by the way, UMMAZING prizes. Submit your name and info on the form between March 1st and 24th. Oh yeah, you must be a U.S. resident and at least 18 ages to enter. Best of luck, and may the odds be forever in your... Best of luck, and may the odds be ever in your favor, is what the website says. My first name is Levi. My last name is McCurty. My age, you'll never know, dude. 25 to 34. You guess what it is. Email address. What email address do we want to use? The What Are We Doing podcast at gmail.com. Email us, dude. The What Are We Doing podcast at gmail.com. Email us anything. A virus, Bitcoin, a video, a message, a story, a picture, whatever it is. Email us, the What Are We Doing podcast at gmail.com. And if it's appropriate, we'll show it on the show. We'll air it. We'll make a bit about it. We'll do something. We'll read it. I don't know. Whatever it is, we'll do something with it. Email us, the What Are We Doing podcast at gmail.com. Street address. You'll never know. At Rainbow Street, Lane, state, zip code, preferred Steak-umm's retailer. Okay, here's a list of supermarkets. I see. Okay. I do, let's see, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Giant, is that a thing? Giant food. Heck yeah, send me some Steak-umm emails about special offers. And guess what, dude? Newsflash, I'm not a robot. Enter to win. Your subscription has been successful. We're in, baby. We're in. We're about to win $5,000 worth of cash and or frozen steak and or beef sheets and or a t-shirt. We have to win. And what we'll probably do is I have 8 more. Well, I have like an infinite amount more of email addresses, so I'll probably enter a few more times. Not right now. So welcome to episode 80, dude. It's a doozy woozy one. And we were going to start off the episode with this, but the freaking Steak-umm's beef giveaway was a little bit more important. So here's the latest from TikTok. This is what we're dealing with in society.
I nanny a 6, 9, and 12-year-old, and yesterday I had to take the 6-year-old to a birthday party and be back in time to get the 9-year-old to gymnastics, but traffic was crazy and I was running late. So the 9-year-old has an iPad, so I tried to call her on it. She didn't have it with her. So the 12-year-old just got his own phone, so I called him and I was like, go tell your sister, and of course he was annoyed. Anyway, I go back to the house.
So far, it sounds like she's a terrible babysitter. So far, it sounds like she can't get a hold of or not know where any of the kids are. Hey, lady, isn't your job to watch the kids? And so none of the kids are picking up their iPads. They call them on. You can call them on the phone, call them on the iMessage, call them on the number, whatever. None of the kids are picking up. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do when none of the kids you're supposed to be babysitting are literally anywhere to be found? I don't know what's going to happen next. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. Let's see. I hope she finds them.
And Mira, the 9-year-old, is like, they need to come up with like a phone that's for the whole family that stays in the house. So if you need any person in the house, you can call that phone. Like, it's not one person's number. It's just the whole family. I was like, that is an amazing idea.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Okay, she has a point. What if we take this a step further? What if we put one of these in each room of the house? Okay, so we have a phone dedicated to the house. So anytime this dedicated phone number rings, this phone rings. But we have multiple phones, so in multiple rooms, like what if your toddler's upstairs and the phone's downstairs? They're not going to hear it, so they're not going to pick it up anyways. So you maybe have one on the second floor, one on the first floor, maybe one in the basement, maybe not, maybe just 2, maybe 3, maybe like a 3 or 4 piece set, like a wireless system, so that when they all ring, we assign the same phone number to each of the phones. And so when someone calls that number, they all ring. And then maybe just so the batteries don't die, maybe we just have them plugged in. Let's see. Maybe we just have them plugged in the whole time.
But, okay, hear me out. So you know how we're always losing the remote and stuff? For this phone,
we never lose our remote, and I'll tell you why. My remote has a freaking Apple AirTag attached to it. If your remote doesn't have an Apple AirTag attached to it, you're not winning in life. Go right now to Best Buy, Walmart, Target, Apple.com, wherever, Amazon, doesn't matter. For literally $20 or $30, you can get an Apple AirTag if you have an iPhone. If you don't, well, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. But if you do, go get an AirTag and attach it to the remote. And when you lose it, you click one button and it starts dinging. If it's in a 5-foot radius, it'll tell you exactly where it is. I've used that AirTag on my remote so many times, and it has found it every time in its glory. It's been in the couch cushion, under something, over there. Who knows how it got there? But guess what? The AirTag told me exactly where it was. Now, we don't need to put the AirTags on the phone because...
let's attach it to a cord, maybe stick it on the wall, so that if there's an emergency, we can always find it. It can't leave the house.
Nope. Stays there.
It's for the whole family. So we're not techie people. We don't know how to invent things. But if you're a developer of stuff, reach out, because we think it's an awesome idea and maybe a moneymaker. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, so hear me out. I mean, this is great. We need to get her, I think, on Shark Tank right away. I don't know if we need a Kickstarter. I don't know if we need an Indiegogo. I don't know what we need to do, but we need to get in contact with her. She has a point. It's a phone with its own number. It'll be separate from your iPhone, from the tablets, from everything, because they die. They're in the car. They're out with their friends. They're not listening. They're listening to music. They don't want to answer the phone. They're listening to music. So if we have a phone that's separate, and then just a cable that would like attach the phone to the wall. So like it would constantly be charging. And because it's attached to the wall, plugged in, like it's not going to get lost. What you don't need to unplug it. It's just permanently plugged in. And then it just stays in the house. It's separate from the iPad. It's separate from the phone. It's a house. I mean, it's a phone number for the house. So in case of an emergency or for like when they're not answering their iPad, what do? You know what I mean? So we get something that's like permanently attached to the house. That way, when they don't answer, it's like we're golden, right? I mean, she has in the caption, Apple, Google, Amazon, like get in touch for this opportunity. Like she's reached out to tech company, right? Because I don't know how to build it either. I mean, I can't. If I knew how to build a phone, I'd have like a Nothing Pro 2, and I'd be selling it to thousands of people. Like, but I can't make a phone like mobily, let alone something that would be like permanently attached to the house with its own dedicated like a line or and plugged in and on the wall. Like it would have to be a whole product. I don't know anything about product design or technology. We don't either. You know what I mean? So like if you know anyone who would like want to invest or come up with like a way to do this, reach out. I'm reaching out to Weirdo Chicken. And maybe we'll like spearhead this project together. I think it's a Shark Tank idea. So maybe we'll try to get on there. You know what I mean? I think it's a great idea. I think if someone came up with a way to somehow give us a phone that was just dedicated to like your house, then I think it would be great. I think it would be great. Dude, so I'm a Twitch streamer now. First of all, I'm a Twitch streamer now. I don't know how it happened. One day I just kind of created an account and then I kind of made a thing in OBS and then I kind of hooked up a controller and kind of downloaded a game and then I kind of hit go live. And then my friend Paul showed up and that was a blast. And I think a spam bot might have showed up and that was a blast. And then I had an itch to do it again a week later and that was like this week and that was a freaking blast because the second time my friend Jeff showed up and then that was so much fun. And then I was like, hey, why don't we do it the next day? And Jeff was like, yo, bet. And so then I went to his stream that night. And then the next day I did it again and he showed up again. And then Paul showed up. So not only did I have Jeff and Paul in the chat with me, we got rated, dude. My third day as a pro video gamer on Twitch, we get rated. So those three guys rated us, and now I have those followers. So we're up 5 followers. I created a YouTube channel for the Twitch account, uploaded the past streams, and those videos haven't been promoted at all, and they're just getting views, baby. We're just getting views. And so if you know about it, you know about it. You see it, you see it. And if you want to follow us on Twitch, just search for WADPod or WAD Gaming. I think it's WADPod is our username, WAWDPOD. WADPod, and find us on Twitch sometimes. I don't have a schedule yet. I don't know what we're doing. I'm playing Pokemon Red. I'm playing a randomizer Nuzlocke of Pokemon Red, and I mean, it's probably one of the most nerdiest, but at the same time, awesomest things I've ever done. I'm having so much fun. My friends are in the chat with me. I got to figure out how to get the chat on the screen. I don't have my chat on screen yet, but I have a layout. I have my face. I have the microphone. I have the game. I have the thing. I have the emoji. I have the Pokemon on the screen that I'm catching. I'm having a freaking blast, and I'm a Twitch streamer now. And so add it to my resume. My never-ending list of stuff I got to do. My never-ending list of things, of businesses to run, hobbies to maintain, a family, a 4-year-old. My son just turned 4. Now that's a whole new challenge. And I've decided to start a new career as a Twitch streamer. And I think I'm winning. I'm winning the game. Now listen, did we lose some Pokemon? Yes. Was it strategic? No. Was I distracted by the fact that I was getting rated on day 3 and thought I was, I'm basically a Twitch streamer now? It's crazy. So I'm having a blast. If you're into the whole Twitch thing, or if you just want to follow the channel for support, even if you don't watch or whatever, maybe you watch and show up. I'm pretty sure our username is twitch.tv/wadpod. Just follow us there, dude. You'll see the picture. You know it's us. I think our past stream's up there, or you could find the YouTube channel if you want. If you're interested, I'm not going to plug it. I might link it in the description. I might not. I don't know. If you find it, you find it. If you don't, you don't. It is what it is, but it's fun, dude. It's so much fun. Streaming on Twitch. I never knew. I mean, I've streamed before. I did like the whole live trivia thing over COVID. That was a blast. And like, so I've had a taste of it, and I've done it before, but I mean, it's been pretty fun. It's been pretty fun playing some Pokemon in 2023 on Twitch. And I'm just like, I'm having a blast, and we're having a great time here in the new year. So I'm so glad you guys are here with me. The podcast is doing great. Our YouTube numbers are insane. I just told Paul, I'm pretty sure we did like 25 to 35,000 views over like the last week or two on YouTube Shorts. I'm pretty sure. I mean, our total views on the channel are like 280,000, I think. It's something insane. Like it's over 250,000. So that's crazy, you know. That's absolutely insane. But our content game's been off the charts lately, huh? Off the charts. Just numbers off the charts on all the channels, on all fronts. So I'm excited. I'm having fun. We're having a blast over here. And I found this story, and I mean, it doesn't quite get as good as this. I mean, when you're talking about true love and what it does and where it goes and, you know, how it takes shape in the world is an interesting story every time. And I want you guys to meet the Totos. And the Totos have been together for 57 years. And I just really think that their story is worthwhile. It's really worthwhile. And I think you'll really enjoy the love story that they have for one another. And it's just, I think it's great. Wow. I think it's great.
It's an unusual gallery.
Everything you see here is a memory.
About a very unusual but happy couple.
It's a love story.
This year, Tony and Francis Toto will celebrate.
I don't know why their audio is back and forth, left and right. I apologize if it's fucking with yours because it's messing with mine.
Had some rough time.
When Tony says they had a rough time, he's putting it mildly. The year was 1983.
They had a rough time.
Tony and Francis had 4 kids and a pizza shop. But then Tony strayed from the marriage, and Francis found out.
So you decided you were going to kill your husband.
Yeah. What happened next was like something.
First of all, wait a minute. Okay, so they just revealed that, you know, they're married. They have 3 or 4 kids. He owns a pizza shop. His name's Tony. Of course, he has a pizza shop. I don't know why his name has to be Tony to own a pizza shop, but that just makes sense to me. And so Tony has a pizza shop, and he got a little frisky outside of the marriage. And like, you know, we give him a pass. It's fine. It happens sometimes. I get it. He was only like, you know, 80, 82, 83, 84, 85. He was only like 87% in on like his wife at the time. And so he strayed from the marriage, and he thought, why not get a little in the bag of the pizza shop? And his wife found out. And so then they dropped the bomb that says his wife was so pissed about it, she decided she was going to hire some guys to come and murder her husband. And she goes, yeah, not even that. Play her audio back.
What happened?
Hold on, play her audio back.
4 kids and a pizza shop. But then Tony strayed from the marriage, and Francis found out.
So you decided you were going to kill your husband.
Yeah. What happened next was like something out of a movie.
It's the pizza man.
Hello, pizza man.
Holy
Hollywood
shit.
thought so too, turning the Toto's troubles into a feature film called I Love You to Death. While not everything in the movie is accurate, Frances did hire teenage hitmen to help her try to kill Tony 5 times, including failed attempts to blow up his car and attack him with a baseball bat.
Fellas, let this be a lesson to you. If you cheat on your wife, she will hire the teenage boys that she's probably sleeping around with, but she's not telling you about at the same time, she will hire them, give them presumably a couple $100 to either blow up your car, beat the shit out of you with a baseball bat, or worse, okay? If you cheat on your wife, she will attempt to murder you. Unless you found the 5% that will not do such a thing, good for you. But if you haven't, just know, fellas, look at your wife right now. Look at your wife right now. If you look at your wife right now, look her dead in the eyes, and if you think for a hard second, if you cheated on her, what would happen if she found out? You know for a fact, murder would most likely not be off the table. She would most likely consider it. She would most likely consider it at some point. At some point, she'll most likely consider killing you when she finds out you may or may not have strayed from the vows that you gave her on your wedding day.
One night, Francis put a bottle of sleeping pills in Tony's food, and then the hitman shot him.
Twice, one in the back of my head and another bullet went right through the chest.
And the one in his head is still there.
Or she'll try to overdose you. She'll try to straight up Epstein you, baby. She'll try to take you into the jail cell where you're supposed to be alone and can't possibly kill yourself. And boom, bam, you're dead asleep. You fall asleep. You have a heart attack in your sleep from all the sleeping pills. And they think you died of old age and they don't think anything of it. Or maybe they think it was just a suicide because you took so many pills. Or they found out it doesn't matter. She tried to overdose him. And then while he was on such a heavy dose of sleeping pills, the thugs came in to finish the job, shot him once in the back of the head and once in the back, and Tony is now dead. Just kidding.
I don't think I was thinking straight. It was like a love-hate kind of a thing.
Yeah, no shit, bitch. She wasn't thinking straight. Listen to me. If Meg's ever, now listen, if I cheat, it's my fault. But if for any other reason Meg's ever said, I don't think I was thinking straight when I told those guys to shoot you in the back of the head, you know what I mean? Hey.
Because of the pills, Tony's system slowed down.
Oh,
he was
shit.
in a daze and says he didn't feel a thing, believing Francis when she told him he had the flu. After 5 days, police found out about the plot and arrested Francis and the teenage hitman. Tony spent 12 days in the hospital. The first thing he did when he was discharged was bail out Francis.
And then we both cry and we say to each other, from now on, let's talk. Let's communicate better. Something that we should have done before. So that's what was missing.
Tony and Francis say that tearful moment.
Let that be a lesson. Let that be a lesson. Let that be a lesson. You cheat on your wife. She tries to kill you. The sleeping pill she gives you numbs your body and whatever else, stops your blood flow, slows it down. Your blood's so thick that the bullets you're fine. They get you to the hospital. You're fine, in and out of surgery, a bullet in your brain. You're going to be fine for the rest of your life. Don't worry about it. She goes to jail for a few years. You bail her out, but she goes to jail for a few years because it was a crime, unfortunately. They talk every day on the phone while she's in jail, and then she gets out. And now they've been together for 57 years. Let that be a lesson, folks. It's not all that bad if your wife tries to kill you. You cheat, she attempts murder, she either gets away with it or not. And if she doesn't, there might be a way to fix it. Let that be a lesson for all you cheaters out there. Okay? And I mean, it's a love story. And honestly, the bottom line is, communication's key. If you're not communicating with your partner, she's going to shoot you in the back of the head. Talk to your partner, or they'll shoot you in the back of the head, is the underlining message here. I had a brief conversation with my buddy Paul, and I recorded some of it. Some of it was fun. Most of it was business, but here's a clip from my conversation with Paul this week. We love him to death. And we had a blast. We have a blast talking every Friday. So some of it gets turned into a podcast. Some of it doesn't. Some of it he knows about and some of it he doesn't either. But it's okay because It's me. And he knows. And it's fine. And so enjoy some of this conversation. Me and Paul rocked it out. Another successful week. Another amazing episode. Thank you guys so much for the continued support. Here's a little bit of my conversation with Paul this week. Check it out. The comment section's been popping off, by the way. I mean, the most recent one, the most recent one was great. Most recent one, dude, use your testes. That one was good. I posted a clip of you pretty much saying that Andor is hands down the best Star Wars TV show ever. And young Blake commented and said, no one cares. And I said, I thanked him and I said, we'll course correct for next time. The bit. I used the bit. This is hilarious. I used the bit that Justin Bieber couldn't make it, right? And so this guy, his screen name's Gaming Idiots. He's commented on my last 4 video clips that I've posted. Still no Justin with a question mark because he's waiting for Justin Bieber to show up and just playing along with the bit.
It feels like he's in on the bit.
I hope he's one of your friends. I hope it's just one of your friends and we find out who it is. Here's one. The one I posted titled, "My father would have definitely turned me into a nut who stormed the Capitol." Someone commented, "I'd disown you too." So that was fun. It's
people,
dude.
It's so funny to me. I guess it's just you're putting content out. It's just funny to me to be when I came into your Discord or your chat for your Switch stream, I'm just messing with people. I'm just saying stuff. It's but to seriously go and get mad at someone else you don't know on the internet is such a funny. It's just a funny thought.
Yeah, but the Twitch chat yesterday was fucking dope, dude. We got raided by
how did that happen? Why did that happen?
So Twitch has a thing where when you're done, and I guess I have to do it now to return the favor. But Twitch has a thing when you're done streaming, you raid another channel, which means because all of your watchers are still on Twitch and you're done streaming, so they need something else to watch. So you raid another channel, which essentially puts all of your viewers on that person's channel. So it boosts their numbers and keeps all of those people still watching on Twitch.
Oh, that's cool.
They get new followers. You know what I mean? It's just kind of it's just a way to kind of, so now all those guys, they follow me now. So next time I go live, those guys get a notification.
Oh, that's cool.
Right. So
and they were Pokemon nerds, so they'll probably be back.
Right, exactly. And that's that's probably why he rated me.
Me saying they were Pokemon nerds and me being oh, I know the defense of this one.
Yeah. Right, of course. Yeah, why not? I thought you were being serious. I mean, I didn't.
I would never. I did know that.
Right, exactly.
It's I like my Pokemon.
But dude, also
Gen 1, I stopped after I don't know, whatever. There was a cutoff where I didn't follow it anymore for a while until basically getting a Switch.
But also, dude, it's I'm having so much fun. Not only just the game aspect, I honestly, I'm having a hard time not playing the game. I want to continue in the game because of how much fun I'm having. But also, dude, my buddy Jeff showed up, who lives in Florida, who's now moving back here. So he'll probably be on the pod. And
Pokemon Red, Yellow, and Blue were when did they come out?
96. I want to say.
I had them in elementary school.
Pokemon
98
Red release. Was it?
When did Yellow come out? Because I played Yellow actually the most, where you start with Pikachu.
Japan in 1998, Australia in 1999, North America in 1999, Europe in 2000.
I only sold my cartridge of Yellow a couple years ago.
Wow.
I had it because I still had a Game Boy for a while, and then my Game Boy stopped working. Wow. So I was why do I still have these games?
Right.
But Yellow was cool.
I have a word in with the local. We have a local game store here in Probably the only place in Mechanicsburg I'm going to miss when I eventually leave this place of shit is Camp Hill Play and Trade, because they're like, they're just like a mom and pop, like, but they have like a small little knit community. They get trade-ins like every freaking day of retro and new shit. Every other day, they're either getting like a retro Nintendo console and a bunch of games, a GameCube and a bunch of games, a PS5 and a bunch of games. They get all types of shit all day, every day. And like, it's awesome. And I love going there because they've sold me the last like 3 Nintendo 64s I've bought. So, and I have a word in with them and I mean, I follow their pages religiously because they always post when they get trade-ins. But anytime a Nintendo 64 comes in, and now because of this streaming thing, I just want a translucent purple Game Boy Color and a version of Pokemon Gold inside of it in my hands, and I want to play it. And that's all I want. And I told them, I'm like, I know it's like a rare and you're probably never going to get it, but if you ever get one of these traded in, you call me immediately and I'll be there in 10 minutes. And now whoever runs their Facebook page is like, bet. So,
yeah, that's,
I'm waiting. I know
Translucent Purple, because they had that and the N64 system that was that, and the controller too. Those are so cool. Like, that was probably 1999, 2000. The translucent purple Game Boy you saw at the circuits is awesome. Yeah, I had the because that was a Game Boy Color. That was that one, right? Yes. Oh, you still have that one. Yes. Do you have the controller that matches that?
Come on.
I actually never had. I have like red, green, gray, blue. Yep. I don't have the translucent one though. I have like all like the standard color.
I know.
64 controllers.
I ordered this one on eBay a few years back because I needed it.
Yeah, I mean it's like a piece of, it's like that and the because there was like remember the Apple G2s that had that same thing?
Yes, I want one of those so bad. I want one of those so bad.
Who didn't answer our text, so we figured out Austin has one.
Does he? That's cool.
He has like a turquoise one.
Yeah, that's neat.
That like I think he got it like recently.
So cool.
He's like, I want this.
So cool.
As like just like just as a thing like have in your room because it's cool.
Yeah.
He likes old Macs. He like buys old Macs and like does stuff with them. Like he's turning them into like servers. And
I want to do 2 things. And I know I can do it like super cheap. I just need to find the time and sit down and figure it out. I want to take the old school 2009, 2010 Mac Pros, and I want to make a coffee table out of 2 of them. And I want to make just
like tower one.
Yeah.
It just looks like it looked like a PC tower with a disk drive.
Right.
Yeah.
And it has and the top is kind of like curved in, but because it has the 2 handles. And I want a piece of wood that just like, and then maybe like Ryzen or whatever. I don't know. It'd be neat. And then I also want to get another one and just deck it out, like with the top of the line processor that it can handle, the graphics cards. I know it has like 2 or 3 slots. You can put like 12 terabytes of hard drives in there. And because it has to be HHD, they're cheap anyways. And you can like, I know I've watched YouTubers max out like an old 2010 Mac Pro for like $500, and it's like a friggin' speed machine. Like you would never know because of it's a freaking it's like a 128 gig processor, but because it's from 2014, it only costs us like $80.
Yeah, that would be. I kind of want to see want to see if someone's made a table like that too. By the way.
Oh, they have. I've definitely seen like Mac Pro coffee table is definitely a thing.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, that looks great.
Sick, dude.
This is very much the kind of thing that like if we ran a tech startup, we would probably have in our office
for
space.
Sure. And you know what else too? I want one of them. I want at least one of them to work, and I want to run like a display cable and the power cable like inside or down or hidden or under a carpet or somewhere so like no one can see it. And I want that to like maybe be attached to like the TV, And then that could be like a little media server or like an emulator or something for like.
Or you could just use the housing of the Mac Pro and put something modern inside of it. Like, or if you, dude, you could use the housing and have like a Raspberry Pi inside.
Right. Something like that. Yeah.
And then you just,
yeah.
Do I have my streaming Raspberry Pi?
Yeah. Dude, I made like 5 or 6 years ago, just because I was bored, I found a YouTube tutorial and ordered everything I needed off of eBay. I took a Raspberry Pi and retrofitted an NES game cartridge to fit inside of it. And so, like, the front of the cartridge, where you would, like, plug it into the NES is where you would plug in the controllers, and the back of it was where, like, the power and the, you know, and the display cable were. And so my NES cartridge was a little mini emulation station thing that you could just, take anything and plug it in.
I love stuff like that, man. That's like, there's like on the R Nintendo, is it R Nintendo or R? One of the Nintendo Switch subreddits. It might just be R Nintendo. People do really cool stuff where they build custom docks that encase the Switch dock. So it looks like something from, like, there are dudes who've done like a translucent purple Switch dock.
Yep.
Where they'll take all the components out and make it look like that. Yep. I love like rehousing and hiding things that are different things, and that's like I've never done it. One that I've always wanted to do and I don't have the space to do right now is like get like an old upright piano, rip all the guts out, and then put an electric piano in it, so you don't have to tune it ever, but you get the look of like an old piano. I've seen people do that before. I'm like, that was so cool to have.
I feel like the piano community is like hating you right now because
I'm ripping all of the history,
tearing apart the history.
Like a digital piano, but it'd be so it looks the part of an upright piano, but you never have to tune it, and you get like all the functionality of electric.
I didn't tell you. Oh, let me start the story off by one final YouTube comment, and then this will lead into a story that I should have promised you weeks ago. So someone on my YouTube video, when I posted a clip of me saying something about my dad or whatever, and someone said, I had it good because he was, whipped as a boy on his father's farm. And I said, yeah, but have you ever been taken out front to be kicked by one of your donkeys after not eating your vegetables? And he didn't respond back, which then leads me into the story that you don't believe that I was once in my life a donkey farmer. And I'm here to tell you that after my father moved us out of my stepmom's condo in Harrisburg, they moved to this lovely, lovely property in Etters, which I realize now would only take about less than $100,000 to turn into a bomb-ass wedding venue. So I'm kind of pissed they don't have the property anymore, but it's fine. It's fine. In the front yard, we had an acre of property. Then there was the house, and in the back, we had 2 acres. In the front yard, my father spent about 10 grand putting a fence up. It was probably like 20 or 30, but he put a fence up. And inside that fence, he retrofitted the barn that was in the front, fixed up a little bit. We had 3 standard-sized donkeys and 1 miniature donkey named Rico. And it was my job every day.
Photos of these guys?
Somewhere I'll have to find them. I can probably dig it out somewhere. My sister can actually, my sister is talking to my father, I think, actively. We might be able to get a photo. I'll get you a photo.
Like to see this,
yeah, I'll get you photo evidence. And so Rico was a little miniature donkey. You tried to ride him, and he tried to kick you off, but he wasn't strong enough, so he wouldn't make it. His legs wouldn't make it off the ground because he was so small. So it was my chore every Saturday morning, every Saturday evening, every Sunday morning, and every Sunday evening to go out, wash the water bins, feed the donkeys their kibble, go clean the stalls. I had to get all the poop out of there. I had to make sure their toys and all their balls in the field were organized, make sure the gates were closed. If the grass was looking a little short, I had to move the donkeys from the one fence to the other fence into the other yard to let that grass grow and let them eat the other grass. Now, the chores didn't stop there because the 2 goats that we had living in the backyard just had babies, little twins, Jack and Jill. So I got to go check on them, give them their bottles, give them their food, change their water. For like 3 to 4 years from like, I don't know, what was it, 14, 15? From like 14 to 15 all the way to about 17 years old. Yeah, 3 to 4 years. We had donkeys in the front, and we had goats in the back, and we had a rooster. And every morning at 7 a.m., he would cock-a-doodle fucking do.
I at no point in time could relate to this at all in any way because I think.
But that was only half my life. That was only half my life because every other week I was at Mom's house, which was literally 10 minutes down the road, and there was no livestock to be found. And so
that is it's such a foreign idea. There was farms around, like we saw farms, but
yeah.
I mean, you just saw there's no farmland where I grew up.
Right.
It's just a neighborhood.
Right. No. And we
every once in a while
supposed to
would like be around, I think.
Yeah, it was Etters, Pennsylvania. We lived right on this really sharp corner, and every other week, every other month or so, another idiot would wrap his car around the guardrail right outside of the barn. So every morning when we were feeding the donkeys, there'd be an ambulance and a tow truck, and either someone, getting taken away on a backboard because they broke their neck because they went around the turn that has all the signs that says slow down, 20 miles an hour, going fucking 70. And so it happened every other week. But other than that, take 2 steps to the left and you're in fucking the McCurdy's donkey farm. And it was great. It was great. My friends came over. We let them, you could pet the donkeys. You could come over, you could feed my donkey. You could ride my donkey if you wanted. You want to come over and pet my donkey? Like, talk about a fucking first date in high school. Hey, baby, come over and pet my donkey.
That sentence.
You want to come ride my donkey? Like, come on over. Come on over and pet my goat. You know what I mean? My rooster's out back. You want to see my rooster? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it sounds like you're saying, but like then they show up and it's like, no, that's actually what
oh, no, I am. Yeah.
Like, no, like, this is my rooster. His name's Larry.
Yeah, this is Larry.
You have names for all of them?
Yeah, Jack and Jill were the goats. And
the rooster?
The rooster, I don't know. I don't know if the rooster had a name.
Come on, if you're naming a donkey,
Rico was the mini donkey. The standards, I might have been like Princess, might have been one because my little sister Asia probably named it. It was just, bro, it was a time to be alive. It was their own little fucking oasis. They didn't give a shit. And now that I realize there's a property at the end of the driveway, which were technically our neighbors, and it was just this tiny little house, couldn't have been 1 or 2 bedrooms. Tiny little, like literally 500 square foot house, like no more than 50 grand it could have cost to live there. And it would have been perfect to buy that, fix up the barn, extend it, pave the rest of the front of the house so you have a parking lot, make it a wedding venue in the front. The house can be the getting ready, put something in the back for like a reception ceremony area, another getting ready location, and then the house at the end of the driveway is corpo. It would have been great. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Levi McCurdy. This has been another episode of the What Are We Doing podcast. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed that clip from my conversation with Paul this evening. He wasn't feeling the greatest, so we just included this little titty bitty because we thought it was actually really funny and informative. And so thank you guys so much for listening to this one, and I appreciate every single one of our new subscribers. Welcome, all 755 of you, to this channel. We appreciate you. We're growing this page. We need 1,000 by the end of my birthday. I need 1,000 subscribers on this channel. So if you haven't already, share this video on YouTube, wadpod.com/YouTube, WAWDPOD.com/YouTube will get you there. Click the big red button. Click the little bell notification. It helps. Click the thumbs up video if you see it. Just like the videos. Help us. Dude, it's free, dude. It's free. It takes 2 seconds. You're already watching it anyway, so just scroll down a little bit. Click, click, clack. It's done. We appreciate you. Every single one. Every single time. Listen. Don't be like Francis. Get therapy first. If you're thinking about murdering your partner or hiring teenagers to do it with baseball bats or putting sleeping pills in his coffee or like drugging him or doing something, if you're thinking about killing your husband, don't do it. Listen, go to therapy. Listen, go to betterhelp.com. They're not a sponsor of this podcast, but they should be. Okay. And that's all you need to do. And you can get a therapy session with them and you can talk to them and you can do, talk it out first. And then if you still don't like them, then consider the crime. If you go to therapy and you do all the stuff you're supposed to do and divorce just isn't cutting it, consider the crime, get the life insurance policy money. That's probably the benefit here. You know what I mean? Take $1 million policy out and then go and... This is the What Are We Doing podcast.